Hi, this is Tutor Nick P, and this is Proverbs 219. The proverb today is, there is no shame in not knowing. The shame lies in not finding out. Okay, so remember when we say, lies, and we often use the definition of lies, and that's where an answer could be found, or that's where reason for something could be found, or that's where the basis is. So again, just repeat it. There is no shame in not knowing. That's not where the shame is. The shame is in not finding out, not figuring it out, not solving the problem. All right, let's continue. The proverb is said to be both Russian and Assyrian in origin, basically. The proverb basically means you should not feel shame or embarrassment because you do not know something. Don't let shame or embarrassment hold you back. That's one of the key parts. Many people, including students, will avoid asking questions or take the risk of answering in fear of public embarrassment. So, sometimes students, you have to answer the questions, or you can't progress, you can't move forward. Again, it's not the mistake; it's in not trying to solve the mistake. So, don't be afraid of that. Don't let it hold you back. Don't let it stop you. That will slow down your progress. Let's continue. No one can be expected to know everything, of course. And no question is too stupid. I know we have heard that before, even though once in a while, if we did ask something and it seemed a little too stupid, we might be embarrassed about it, but don't worry about it. No big deal. Just move right on. Let's continue. The real shame is when you allow these feelings to stifle you, to limit you, to stop you. Your progress, especially if a weakness or common mistake is pointed out. Yeah, that's where you really got to focus, because sometimes you can't blame a person if they don't realize they don't know something. Or they don't realize that this is a weakness, or they're making a mistake. But when it's pointed out and you could see it clearly, that's where you have to focus on it. All right, let's continue. The shame is not the mistake, but the shame is not putting in the effort to correct it, to make it better somehow. Always search out information, knowledge, truth, or ways to correct mistakes. Okay, so this is true as a student, and this is true in other areas of life as well. There is wealth in information that helps one to progress, advance, and be successful. Focusing on correcting mistakes and weaknesses. Repeat and review until you fully means completely, until you fully understand it or know it by heart. Too often students will say, I know, and then 5 minutes later they make the same mistake again, or the next day they make the same mistake again. So really, when they're saying I know, they just mean I understand, but you don't really fully know. So you got to review until it sticks in your head. And, there's a point. You probably don't have to review it 100 times. If you review it 4 or 5 times, usually that's the point where it sticks in your head. But you got to do that sometimes to really make it stick, so that it stays, so that oh, okay, now I really got it. And then you don't really make that mistake again. Okay. All right, good. So review until it sticks, just like we said, or you understand it more deeply. Well, yeah, because sometimes there could be more common, more deeper problems too, or deeper study of something. The next review until you do it. All right. So anyway, we got a couple of examples here just to show you how this phrase would be used. Now, remember, this is a Russian proverb, an Assyrian proverb, so it's not normally repeated in English. This is the translation of it, but just any proverb from any culture, you can always point out if the situation, calls for it. You could say, well, look, there's a Russian proverb that says this, and you should follow that if you think it's good advice. So let's look at the first one. Don't be afraid to ask questions. There is no shame in not knowing. The shame is in not finding out. So that's just the way you could use it. Or if you don't know the answers, research. There is no shame in not knowing. The shame is in not finding out. Okay. Anyway, I hope you got it. I hope it's clear. I hope it's very informative. Thank you for your time. Bye bye.